lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and to my channel members, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get in today's video.
So lovelies, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to show you guys where women are, giving reasons why they regretted ever being a mom. Guys, this actually got me thinking, and I decided to put up here. Guys, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as the stages I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's get into the video.
Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy. I hate being a mother. It's one of the biggest regrets. One of my biggest regrets. And nobody can convince me that it's worth it. Ever. Ooh. Jesus, take the wheel. And I think we all need to be more honest about that shit. She literally said, I regret being a mother. I regret that shit. And I feel like a lot of y'all, especially y'all child-free haters, feel the same way. But you don't want to admit it. You be all in my comments talking shit, saying weird shit to me. I respect that woman because she had the balls to admit the truth. I don't respect y'all because y'all don't. Y'all like to pretend like having kids is the best thing in the world. Meanwhile, you are struggling, fighting for your life behind that computer screen. Just tell the truth. Tell the fucking truth. It doesn't matter who gets mad at you. If they get mad at you, then they were never rocking with you to begin with. Tell the truth so people who do want children can make an informed decision on whether or not they actually want them, because they'll know what goes along with it. Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy.
More mothers feel like this than they let on, and this is a major reason why I'm not having kids. In addition to me just wanting to be able to maintain my independence to the fullest capacity, I am personally not able to justify making a decision that I cannot undo or change that I may not enjoy. And this is something that I've talked to my mom about, who is a mother who has expressed throughout my entire life that she loves being a mother. It was something that she essentially always dreamt about doing, and she waited a good long time to have me. My mom was 40, and she is one of the biggest supporters of me not having children. She has always said to me, if it's not something that you want to do 110%, don't do it at all. And I feel like I see too many people taking having children lightly. Like, oh, babies are cute. Oh, it'll be fun to have someone love me unconditionally and take care of me when I'm old. But first of all, there are no guarantees that your child is going to love you unconditionally. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. There's also no guarantee that they're going to take care of you when you're old, nor is using your children as a retirement plan a good thing to do. Also, for me personally, I feel like I have too many mental health challenges that could possibly be genetic for me to be having children. I would not want to see them suffer the way that I have. Not to mention, I get overstimulated very quickly, and I need a lot of alone time to recharge, and I could not imagine having someone near me all the time that is solely reliant on me and dependent on me for all of their needs. Also, the world is falling apart, and I would not want to bring somebody else into this mess. But yeah, saying all that to say, I really think a lot more people should really consider if they really want to be parents, or if they're just doing it because it was prescribed to them as something that was socially acceptable, like the social norm, or they're doing it to fill a void within themselves, because these are not good reasons.
That a lot of parents out there regret having kids. A lot of women have been sold on the idea that being a mother is everything, and that if you don't have kids, then what good are you? And then once they have kids, it's not all flowers and roses like they've been told. Nobody tells the truth about the real costs in having kids. Babies are born sick. That a lot of parents out there regret having kids. A lot of women have been sold on the idea that being a mother is everything and that if you don't have kids, then what good are you? And then once they have kids, it's not all flowers and roses like they've been told. Nobody tells the truth about the real cost in having kids. Babies are born sick and they have ailments. Partners can't handle it and they bail. And then it's a great disappointment that the child grows up to be something totally different than the idea that you have in your head. And once the resentment sets in, they tend to lash out at people who chose not to have children. Mostly out of jealousy because they have the freedom to do things while you still have a child attached to your hip. So if you're considering having kids, think long and hard because having a child is a lifelong commitment. It doesn't end when the kid turns 18. It lasts a lifetime.
Let's talk about it. I was at my goddaughter's sweet 16 party a few months ago. I was speaking with an elderly lady because she was like, oh, when are you having the next one, etc. And I was like, honestly, I've already made my masterpiece. There is no part 2. And she commended me because she was like, you know what? I should have had the same mentality as you. And she's like, not that I regret my children, but she has 5. She's like, not that I regret my children, but I should have stopped at 2. And I was like, wow, well, that's really insightful of you and very honest. Thank you for sharing that with me. And she was like, I don't know which 2, but I had 5 children. It was too many children. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was too young. Everyone was just telling me, have your kids, have your kids. Kids are important. And she wasn't really thinking long term. She was just more thinking like, this is what she is supposed to do. Now, with that said, the person who I stitched this with, I understand there's some people who regret having their children and, that's something that they have to figure out and work through. But also, I do think that things are changing where a lot of women who once felt obligated, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm here for. I'm supposed to procreate and make children, be fruitful. I think it's now changing where women are now feeling more empowered to be like, you know what, this is not for me. This is not the life I want. And I think there's tremendous courage because there's so many people out here like, you need to have kids, you need to, all of this. And at the end of the day, there's some people out here full on regretting having their children. I'm not trying to judge, but I just think that it's super insightful that some people are taking the time to really process and understand what it is to be a parent and bringing a person, because people think it's a baby, but bringing a real person, a living person into this world and everything that comes with. So, shout out to you guys who choose not to have children, and shout out to those who do have children. And for those who regret having their children, I hope you find some type of peace and seek therapy to work through this.
Tell me that you regret having children without saying that you regret having children. I'll go first. So I'm listening to someone telling their younger nieces that at the age of 22 to watch out because that's when you make the most regrettable decisions. Did some math and realized that person actually got pregnant at the age of 22. I also noticed that the child that they had was an earshot of that whole conversation.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I think bearing children or the decision to have kids is, solely based on the woman. Nobody should be subjected in having kids. Having kids or bearing children actually comes with a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of people have this, mindset of when they bear children, they expect more from the kids, like they expect the kids to take care of them, which is not actually a bad thing. But nobody's, guaranteed that this will actually turn out to be, something that will happen in future. That is why when you're having kids, you should be able to have kids because of the decision you make for yourself. You should have kids for your own self. You want to have kids because you want to enjoy having kids. You want to love these kids unconditionally without expecting things or without expecting something in return. Having kids, oh my goodness, comes with a lot of sacrifice. This is something men don't even have an idea of. It can drain you mentally, physically, emotionally. So it takes, by the grace of God and by all means, someone that have already, thought about it truly, and it shouldn't be a hasty decision. It should be a decision of what you just have to decide on your own without anyone actually pushing you or forcing you to do that. So lovelies, having kids is something that has to do with a lot of responsibility. Sometimes I used to see this, stay-at-home moms with kids, a lot of them having 2, 3, 4 and all of that, with her house chores. Do you know how these children screams and all of that? And also, it's so advisable for you to give birth to the number of kids you are capable of taking care of alone. Because when you're having kids and you're depending on, okay, maybe my spouse might actually help me on the long run, or you're depending on your spouse. I did not say that you cannot depend on your spouse, or maybe you can depend on your partner in times of, building a family and all of that. But you should be able to do that because of you, because these kids are coming out from your body. It is your body that they will come out from, nobody else. Nobody's gonna be there to help you take care of the kids. I can remember someone was sharing me, a story. She was telling me how her mom often tell her, oh my God, I needed a grandchild. I want a grandchild. You need to give me a grandchild. She was not even, 1 year into her relationship with her husband. The mom already, oh my goodness, grandchild up, grandchild down. Then eventually she became pregnant because she has been taught that, okay, since I gave birth to you, you need to give birth to someone else. Then that's vice versa. I wish this person had a mom like this other last lady that I stitched her video, that her mom actually encouraged her to do whatsoever pleases her. Have kids because you want to have kids and not because someone want to push you. But it's not the case of this, my other friend, with the mom constantly forces her to have children. Why she need to have kids? Why she need to bring a child? Eventually she became pregnant and she had children. Fast forward, this mom of hers, oh my goodness, I want the grandchild again. We don't have children. You need to have children in our culture. You need to have so many kids. Then this lady was like, okay, I'm going to give birth to another child. And I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I just want to give birth and that's it. Then fast forward, she took in again. Do you know that her mom actually left her? When she was pregnant and also with a toddler, the mom pretended to be, always busy, and this woman was all alone. Her husband is always working and all of that. So she's all alone, left with a toddler. She's all alone, left with her pregnancy and all of that, without nobody to help her, without nobody to help, cut her. And this is how her life has been. She's been doing all the things herself. Sometimes she was like, she could have waited, she could have, So this is to tell you that if you're having kids and maybe trying to depend on someone to come help you out in terms of maybe catching for your kids or trying to help you in times of chores, you are just, you're just being delusional, because none of them is going to help you. All this word telling you guys, well, have kids, don't have kids, please. Having kids is very beautiful. These people is something that you have to you cherish for the rest of your life. Like when you see them growing, playing around, there is a fulfillment that comes with that. It's so beautiful. But the way it's beautiful is so draining, and it's not majority of women can handle it. So if you know you can handle it, you can just go for it. It's a very beautiful journey. But if you know otherwise you cannot, oh my goodness, you shouldn't do what you know you can handle, because it's actually draining. Seriously, lovelies, it's very draining. Having kids is no man's joke. So I wouldn't blame some of them, or some women that after having kids and all of that, they regret it. You wouldn't blame them. They are overwhelmed. There's a video I posted where a black woman was actually, on a fit of rage. She's overwhelmed, tired of taking care of kids and all of that. While her man have time to run around, go party with the boys and all of that. That's why I always encourage people to have these kids and have the ones you can personally take care of. without depending on any. They don't like, seriously, and don't put your life on hold after having these children. You know, take care of them to some certain extent, and you know, go back and work on yourself, because these children will eventually grow up and they won't be needing you anymore. And as a result, you've already exhausted your time, your energy, you know, bringing them up, putting your life at pause for them to grow up. Just try as much as you can to grow up to some certain level and just allow them to grow, then build yourself, so that eventually when they are grown ups and do their things and want to be on their own spaces, you won't feel left out, or you won't be regretting it. A lot of, especially African parents, regret having kids. They want to curse you, tell you the reason my life has been shaft. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget, we are just here for educational purposes, guys. And I'll see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.